On the 22nd of March, Flow Church will be hosting Mission Europe Conference. This will be our 5th year doing this conference, and it is an online only conference, and it's just a solid 7-hour live stream packed full of content to help equip believers and leaders across Europe. I wanted to just take a couple of minutes to share maybe some of the vision behind this. Because we've been doing this for 5 years, sometimes we might lose a bit of the vision behind it. And I want to let you know that in the year 2019, yes, I'm throwing you all the way back to 2019. In the year 2019, God said to me, in the year 2021, it will be the year of the rocket for Flow Church, and you will impact 40 nations in a year. I remember hearing that thinking, wow, that is wild. That is beyond what I was thinking or imagining for the first few years of our church plant. But we agreed to it and said yes to the Lord. And 2020, sort of the end of 2019, early 2020, we'd started to plan what it might look like to send out people to actually be on the ground in 40 nations in 1 year. And we had started the process. We had been planning. We had meetings about it. But I'm sure you are aware and see where this story is going, because in March 2020, we had the COVID outbreak, and suddenly everything is locked down and nobody's flying anywhere. So as we're coming to the end of 2020, people are asking what is happening? Liam, do we still want to go for this and believe for this? Because it doesn't look like the lockdown is letting up. No one is flying at all. And I remember struggling with, God, did you say this to me? Was this made up? Did I just want this? What was happening? And I felt like Lord said to me, no, continue to go with that vision. And so we just said yes to it again, not having a clue what we were going to do. But somewhere along the line, I don't even remember how or when, we came with this idea, well, let's just do something online and see what God might do. And so we came with the name Mission Europe, because Mission Europe is a document that I wrote many, many years ago when I was a younger boy of what I felt God wanted to do in Europe, and kind of shared out my vision for the continent. So we called it Mission Europe. And we went online and we did this 7-hour live stream in a studio that we were hiring at the time. And to my amazement, within the 7-hour live stream time that we were doing it, 40 different nations tuned in and watched while we were doing the live stream. Exactly 40. I mean, that's what blows my mind. And we were able to have a tiny, tiny impact on 40 nations, just as God said we would. And really, really feel like that was the birthing of something that we feel very passionate about, which is Mission Europe being an online conference. So we have been doing it for a number of years now, and we have been trying our best to learn each year how to make it better and to move it forward. And I really feel like this year we are hitting a great groove. It is our 5th year, and this year we are having 8 different churches and nations speak to us and answer the question, what is Jesus doing in Europe? We have learned through the process of doing these conferences that we want to hear the stories of the nations. We want to know, what is God doing in the middle of war zones and in the middle of politics and in the middle of nations where things are happening? We want to know, what is God doing? Even in nations we don't even hear about, what is God doing? And what's the highs? And also, what are the lows? What are the struggles about being in a nation? And so this year we've invited 8 nations, which include nations that are currently in war, and also include remote places, even up in Svalbard in Norway, where it's the highest, most northern inhabited place on the earth. We're going to have a missionary there, tell us what God is doing there, because we want to showcase and hear the stories of what God is doing. So I'd like to invite you to join us for a part of, or the whole day. Put it on the TV, go about your day, have it there, listen to some of these stories, take in what God is doing. And please send out the invite, send out the link, send out the reel, the videos, the images, send them to your friends across Europe. Our heart is that this content is a blessing and equipping to the believers and leaders across Europe. So this is our vision, this is our heart, and I would love for you to join us.